Any average performing website can convert the traffic that is red hot, ready to purchase, and is going to buy from you. The key to leveling up your website's performance though is often converting those people who are sitting on the fence. With a bit of a nudge, those people can become customers. But most websites never convert this traffic, they lose this traffic. That sucks because for every one red hot customer, there might be 2 to 5 fence-sitting surrender monkeys that will otherwise just drift off to your competitors.
And you don't want that.
But don't worry, I've got a brand new framework for you that you can use to push those people off the fence and into your customer list. Now, of course, there are loads of ways you can convert this nearly there traffic, and I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of them. This is not one size fits all, despite what some people might tell you. So we're going to be looking at a whole bunch of examples from different businesses, B2B, B2C, and everything in between. Examples for everyone, let's go! Most frameworks have some catchy acronym that they shoehorned in, otherwise known as a CATTSHI. Who's counting? Oh wait. Ours is catchy completely by accident, we promise. Today, we're pleased to announce ECPC, because this framework makes things easy peasy. Well, that's convenient. The first way that we're going to convert this on-the-fence traffic that's either on your website or in your marketing funnel is through education. So people who land on your website or who are in your marketing funnel might not be completely sure that your product or service is right for them. Maybe they downloaded something from you a while ago and they've landed on your marketing list, or maybe they landed on your website to read a blog and they kind of got curious. These are great potential customers, but maybe the content that you've been sending them or the content that you have on your website isn't educating them enough about why they need to buy. Here's a great example in the B2B space. Now imagine that you're selling cybersecurity software. Someone landed on your website, they filled in a form to get a cybersecurity checklist, but maybe they haven't converted yet. Enter this email from LogMeIn dramatizing what would happen in a cybersecurity attack. Now this type of content, whether you send it to someone or feature it on your website, is going to get people thinking about how they can't ignore their problem any longer. It's great to nudge those fence sitters and get them purchasing rather than putting this decision off. Another way to educate your customers is through how-to content. Some of your customers might want to see your products or services in action without making the commitment to talk to sales or actually to purchase. Often the reason that someone isn't ready to commit to you is because they're not sure that the product is going to be right for them. That's why guides like this information guide on the AO website can be really important. This guide includes videos, graphics, and text to help customers measure the space in their home for their next washing machine, because they might have been putting off replacing the old one for fear that the new one won't fit, particularly if they've had issues in the past buying furniture that actually doesn't fit.
Hey, Babs! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But here comes AO, knight in shining armor with this guide to save the day. And there's even a button there so this newly educated customer can just go and click and shop for their next washing machine. Some businesses take this type of content to another level by offering certifications.
Getting certified gives us that warm, fuzzy feeling of approval and acceptance.
We're simple creatures. Particularly you, Shinobi. Obviously, this won't work for every industry, but for businesses like Google Ads, Google Analytics, HubSpot, and SEMrush, this type of strategy has proved incredibly successful. Think about it. They've persuaded you to sit through hours of training about their product, to give you some made-up certification that you feel so proud of that you then go and sell their products to loads of other people. Google's courses tend to focus on their core products, but SEMrush and HubSpot, for example, will focus on broader topics that are relevant to their niche, and then they'll just sprinkle mentions of their product throughout. Subtle indoctrination is sometimes the most effective. So not only are you helping potential customers understand your product or services, but once they're certified, they're more likely to go and share this certification on LinkedIn or their other social platforms. Now, this is obviously only going to work if your courses are really good. You can't just put up any pile of trash and expect people to go and flock to it just because there's a certification. It takes time to build up the credibility of any certification in your industry, and it's a good idea to have some sort of marketing plan specifically for that certification. But it's a long-term strategy that can have a huge payoff when it's done right. Next, in our ECPC framework, compare. People who are on the fence or nearly ready to buy often want to compare different products and services.
Am I getting the best deal?
They might be comparing you versus your competitors, or they might be comparing some of your products against some other of your products. So don't be afraid to add competitor comparison content to your website. We see this all the time with SaaS companies. For example, if you're shopping for email marketing software, you might make a search for Klaviyo versus MailChimp. Both of these companies have a comparison guide ranking in the top 10 results. Klaviyo's blog is super tongue-in-cheek. They even reference MailChimp's comparison post, which paints Klaviyo as the best option for some customers.
Should I compare my own products against each other?
Absolutely. We often write product comparison guides for our clients, including this one for takeaway packaging. Not only is this guide really helpful for people who already know the brand and just want to find the right product, but it's also going to pick up traffic from people that are comparing different types of products. Comparing your own products like this is a really low-risk way for customers to find the right product for them without needing to make a purchase. Another way that you can offer a comparison of sorts is by running search ads against your competitors' products or brand names. A lot of fence sitters might be searching for your competitors' products or brands because they know that they need a problem solving. Your competitor has then already done the hard work by making their brand known, convincing the potential customer that their product or service solves that problem, and getting them to search for them. All you need to do then is snatch the ball on the goal line and slam it in their face. Now, did you know that we can do some of that hard work for you with a free website and digital marketing review? Absolutely we can. We have a free service where we analyze your website and your digital marketing. We also have a look at your competitors, and we map you out a 6 to 12 month plan to show you how to generate more leads and sales through your digital marketing. This service is totally free. All you need to do is go to exposureninja.com/review and fill in the short form. If you qualify for the review, usually you'll get it between 2 to 3 working days later, and we typically send it as a 15-minute video. There's no obligation, there's no catch, there's no charge, there's no hidden nasties at all. So go to exposureninja.com/review to request your free website and marketing review today. Okay, now you've educated your customers and you've helped them to compare you against your competitors. Now it's time to prove why they should choose you. An absolute must-have, especially in the B2B world, is case studies. But because they are a must-have, a lot of businesses publish lifeless bore-fest case studies that no one's ever going to read just so that they have something to share. There is so much wasted opportunity here. Productivity app Notion is one business that nails their case studies. On their site, you can sort by company size, so you can find a case study from a business that's kind of like yours, or if you're an individual consumer, you've got those as well. The case studies are super engaging, full of images, GIFs, and quotes from the customers themselves. This makes it really easy for their target audience to see what Notion can do for them. And remember, that is the key to successful case studies. You want your customers to be able to see themselves in at least some of your case studies. That gives you resonance, and if there's one thing that gets fence sitters off the fence, it's resonance. Similar to case studies, but a lot more customer driven, are customer reviews. Now you want to load your website with reviews. Stick them in your benefits bar, whack them on your products and service pages, scatter them liberally throughout your site, and fire a review shotgun all over your CTA or checkout pages. If you want to take your review collection to another level, then you can offer your customers incentives for writing really in-depth reviews, like everyone's favorite IP-stealing fast fashion eco-tyrants, Shein. Shein customers get loyalty points for adding more detail to their reviews, things like custom photos and their sizing. So think about how you can incentivize your customers to leave better and more detailed reviews. Another way to prove your worth to those fence sitters and potential customers is to handle their objections. You should be handling objections all over your website. In your benefits bar, on your product or service pages next to downloadables or CTAs, on your checkout pages, everywhere.
Okay, we get it. Jeez.
Rave Coffee does a cracking job of this. Worried about the strength of the coffee? Well, there's 3 little beans to give you an idea of the roast level. And if you're still unsure, they have a handy quiz to help you choose. And you even get 15% off if you do the quiz. Altruism.
There's nothing to lose.
The customer feels like there's way less risk involved with a purchase if they've had those objections handled. Another way, oh yes, there's more, that you can nudge these fence sitters over the line is with free trials and demos. Yeah, you've heard of this before, but there are ways that you can take your free trials or demos to the next level. For example, if you're a software company, setting up an email automation that runs alongside the free demo, asking customers if they have any questions and offering a one-to-one call if they want to go through the software personally. Make sure you include options for people who prefer to discover the trail themselves, sending them informational guides and content so they can do that if they don't want to talk to someone though. SEMrush are masters of this with their free trial, which, by the way, you can get for an extended 30 days if you go to thankyouninjas.com.
Nicely done.
Thank you. B2C businesses can do this too, of course, by offering free product samples, free app trials, easy returns, and more. Groom, for example, offers a free sample of their 3 most popular products if the customer just pays shipping. It's smart to ask the customer for shipping because not only does this get their payment details in your system, but also it means that they're at least semi-serious about buying the product in the future. We know that this works because our video producer Jess got drawn in by this exact ad. Now in this particular case, this free trial really works because it gives people a chance to test whether the product works with their particular skin type before they commit to the purchase. Sadly, we're on to our final ECPC step. Alright, so you've put in a whole bunch of hard work with these fence sitters. You've educated them, you've invited them to compare, you've proved that you're worthy. Now it's time to convert. But what if they don't convert there and then? Obviously, the most popular way to reconnect with people who have left your site but haven't converted yet is with remarketing or retargeting ads. If visitors click that annoying cookie acceptance button, then you can follow them around the internet, remarketing and retargeting to them by showing ads to get them back on your site. Now, if you want to get fancy, and you probably do, you can remarket or retarget them with the specific products or product categories or services that they were looking at on your site. Of course, if you're an e-commerce business and people put your products in their cart after signing up to your mailing list to get a voucher code, you can run an email sequence to them, cart abandonment, to get them back into that cart to finish the purchase. Train company and fellow acronym fan LNER does exactly this. When you go onto their website and browse different train fares, they will then send you a follow-up email reminding customers of the trip that they were searching, letting them know that their tickets have been saved, and also adding a little bit of pressure by saying, fares at this price won't last for long. I guess because train companies are increasing their prices 10% every month anyway.
But what if visitors didn't accept cookies or submit their email?
You can still find ways to connect with these visitors through search. Remember that some customers may want to purchase, but they just want to go and find a voucher code before they do so. If your customers do often search for discount or voucher codes, sometimes it's a good idea to have a dedicated page on your site where you put the deals that you've got running. Sneak Energy Drinks, for example, run ads to their deals page where they put some of their best deals. This means that they've got some great discounts visible at the top of search where they're battling against coupon code sites that are ranking organically. Now, yes, they're spending money on ad budget, but they're not having to pay out the affiliate commission that they would if those visitors went to one of those voucher code sites. Quick e-commerce tip though, if you're going to be leading your customer with a deals or discounted purchase, you can increase their average order value by upselling or cross-selling. For example, suggesting items that will go well with the product that they've just bought, or offering a service that goes nicely with another service like Halfords offering £35 off if you book your MOT and service together. Okay, time to come clean. There's actually one more step here, but it didn't fit nicely into the ECPC acronym.
Wow, you really swindled us there, Tim.
Alright, if giving more value counts as swindling. The final thing that you need to do is measure your results. Of course, without measuring, you're not going to know if any of the changes that you've implemented have actually led to an increase in conversions. So some of the metrics that you want to look out for are an increase in total conversions, whether that's leads, sales, downloads, form fills, phone calls, whatever. Earnings per lead, and ROI, of course. Of course, the measurements that you're going to want to see a decrease in are things like cart abandonment, cost per lead, and your own personal stress. If these metrics aren't moving in the direction that you want after a couple of weeks, then it might be time to try something different. Remember, digital marketing is never one size fits all, and you're going to need to constantly explore to find the few tricks that work best for your particular target customers. Improving the conversion rate for your target customers is all about trial and error. So something that works really well for one business might not work at all for you. But if I know one thing about viewers of this channel, it's that they're persistent. And if you've watched any of our videos, you'll know that one thing we are incredibly persistent about is calls to action. They are such an important part of any sales funnel, whatever you're selling. So watch this video to learn about how to design a call to action that never fails.